everybody. I'm Derek Stinson with Star Financial, and I'm lucky today to have a guest, Mel McMahon with Indiana Originals. Welcome, Mel.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Mel, she is the founder of Indiana Originals, and you're going to start seeing and hearing a lot about Indiana Originals, and you will hear a little bit today. Mel, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My background is in broadcasting and development, born and raised in Irvington on the east side of Indianapolis.
Okay.
And I've just been a lifelong resident of Indiana, and I've always had an interest in local business owners and helping find local businesses. And
Okay.
next thing I know, it turned into a business for me.
Wow. I mean, so you get to do everything that you love then.
Pretty
Good
much,
job.
yeah. I found a way to kind of combine my love of broadcasting, my love of business development, and my love of local all into one.
All in one. Wow. Well, tell me, what is Indiana Originals?
Sure. Indiana Originals is a growing directory of locally owned and operated businesses that were started right here in Indiana.
Okay.
So we help connect customers with a local preference to local Indiana businesses.
All right.
Lots of people want to shop local, buy local, use local.
Oh, for sure.
But identifying local is usually the hard part. And businesses with a really big marketing budget can be very tricky. And they can really identify themselves as local when local could really just mean distance.
Okay.
Or local could mean someone lives here locally, but it's really a franchise, and all of that money goes to North Carolina. You know, there's a lot of
Gotcha.
different
Yeah.
things that can mean.
Mm-hmm.
So our definition of local is owned and operated in Indiana,
Okay.
and then still headquartered in Indiana.
So headquartered Indiana. Okay,
Yeah, and
great.
that's the trick right there. We have lots of people who are like, oh, well, I own a Subway. Can I be an Indiana Original? Like, well, Subway's not an Indiana Original.
Mhm.
But if it's, a Do It Best hardware store, those are based out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Those are
yeah.
Indiana Originals.
Mhm.
So yes, a Do It Best hardware store could.
Okay.
Everything from Star Financial Bank.
Yeah.
You're based right here in Indiana.
We are.
It's a great example of an Indiana Original. And so we have an online directory and an app that consumers can search for free
Okay.
to find local businesses for their everyday needs. And then businesses pay a membership fee to be a part of the directory.
All right. And so, what kind of industries can be an Indiana Original?
Our category list is really extensive because we
Okay.
want people to use local for every single thing possible. It's not just restaurants, it's not just breweries, it's not just things that you think, boutiques. It's banking, it's lawyers, maybe it's you need a sign or you need a trophy. It can be maybe you need a travel agent.
Right.
Lots of different things. We have great local options for you right here in Indiana, and we just want you to give them a shot first.
Oh, sure. I mean, why not? Because there was a statistics that I recently saw. I believe it was on your website. For every dollar spent, what can you explain that statistic?
For every $1 spent locally, it has 3 to 5 times the impact
Wow.
as a dollar that's spent with a corporation headquartered out of state. So we're talking about your money going to your city's infrastructure. We're talking about going to your education. We're talking about it going to your kids' baseball sponsorship. It could be lots of different things. So when you spend that money locally, that money stays local. It's not being sent to another state for their benefit.
And we can continue to enjoy Hamilton County that we all do, and by just buying local. I mean, there's all kinds of local businesses around. Can you kind of tell me what the future of Indiana Originals is?
Yeah, there's a lot going on with Indiana Originals because, it started out as just a directory.
Yeah.
But now it's becoming kind of an association. Our members want to meet each other. They want to work with each other. They want to share, business and referrals. And our customers, they're wanting more than just, that boutique or that food and drink. They want to know a veterinarian's office they can go to. They might need a lawyer. They might need a dentist. So we've recruited those. We're trying to recruit for the customers and what they're asking for. So when somebody comes to our website and they're saying, hey, we're looking for this, we're going to try to help find you one.
Okay.
Because it's that simple. So what we do is we try to help make those connections. We had our first Indiana Originals Expo and Marketplace in April. It was
Heard
at the
about
Biltwell Event Center just southwest of Lucas Oil Stadium downtown. Over 50 businesses from we had Atlanta, Indiana, down to Morris Hill, Indiana. We had Hot Heads Pepper Store out of Gas City.
Oh, yeah.
Window Man was there. I mean, all these businesses that people were like, I had no idea you were local. It's like, yeah, we're a family-owned business. We were started right here in Indiana.
Right here.
And that's what it's all about. It's about bringing exposure and identification to these great businesses. So we're in the middle of building our new website, IndianaOriginals.com version
Check it out.
3.0. So that'll be launched hopefully in 30 days or less. And, we're using a local company for that, too. It's called MLT Innovations out of Columbus, Indiana.
Oh, neat.
Great guy named Tom. We walk the walk. We try to use local for everything that we can. You know, I go to a local salon to get my hair cut. Same thing for my nails. This is from a local boutique.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's what you try to do. You know,
Sure.
Indian Originals came out of my frustration with not being able to find local.
Okay.
You know,
it is hard.
I walked out of my office one day and a new Italian restaurant opened up a couple blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked my husband, I said, "Hey, is that restaurant local?" And he said, "Well, I have no idea." I said, "Well, how do you even know?"
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got the conversation started.
Wow.
And it turns out it wasn't local. They have like 30 restaurants across the country.
Okay.
But if you've never been to them, or you'd never been to some market that they're in, you'd have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so you think you're in a local restaurant because there's only one here.
One here.
Well,
yeah.
it's a clever marketing campaign.
Okay.
And sometimes you have really nice restaurants that
Mhm.
look corporate, but they're really not. Those
They're
are
local.
local.
Yeah.
You know, and so we just kind of try to clear those waters and unmuddy those waters for everybody.
And you said also that there's an app. I assume it's also for Android and Apple as well.
Yep.
How does that app work? Does it basically tell where you're at and what's around you?
Yeah,
or?
so we not only have the profiles of every Indian Originals member on the app, we also have
Okay.
maps on there, so you can see exactly who's around you and you can see your different options.
Mhm.
And when we build the new website, that will be enhanced as well.
Enhanced as well.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's businesses or people out there. How can they check you out? How can we get people, more local businesses involved? What can we do?
Yeah, the more members we have in Indian Originals, the more we can help local.
Mhm.
So the easiest way to find out more about Indian Originals is to visit the website, indianoriginals.com,
Okay.
or download the app. We also have a weekly radio show. We have,
Oh.
you know, these different TV appearances that we do. We try to promote our members as much as
Mhm.
possible, get them in front of customers with a local preference. And really, you know, Indian Originals has grown by word of mouth.
Okay.
So, you know, seeing this broadcast, sharing this broadcast,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
putting it on your Facebook page, sharing it on Twitter, letting people know, hey, have you heard about this? They just help find local.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the goal is that anytime you see this logo, you know you're supporting local. I mean, it's that simple. And we try to tell our members' stories. So actually, the logo that you see on the businesses and on their websites, it says an Indiana original. It doesn't actually say Indiana Originals, because people will find out about us. They'll
Right.
find out what that means.
Mhm.
But we want to tell the business's story first. So when people see the sticker, they're like, oh, an Indiana Original. I didn't realize they were local.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. You know, people kind of get a letdown when they go somewhere that they think is local,
Right.
and then they find out it's not. It's
Been
kind
there.
of a bummer.
It is a bummer.
And we just want to, you know, help people have a greater experience when they're out supporting local. We want them to find unique options. We want them to find convenient options.
Sure.
And we want them to know that you don't have to go online and do a Google search
Mm-hmm.
for a company that's maybe based out of California that can print, you know, invitations for you.
Right.
When we have great local printers all over the state of Indiana that would be happy to help you.
Mhm.
You can go to indianoriginals.com instead and maybe try one near you.
Find one near you.
And that's what it's
Okay.
about, you know, just letting people know that all these great local businesses are out here
Mhm.
and you can give them a shot first. We don't do personal endorsements for everybody. Like,
Sure.
just because a business is a member doesn't mean we endorse them.
Mhm.
But there are businesses that we do have great experiences with that we're happy to share
Sure.
our experience with. But that's something else that makes IndianaOriginals.com unique,
Okay.
is that we don't do reviews.
You do not. I was going to ask you. So,
We don't do
what's the
reviews.
reason behind that?
There's a couple reasons. One, we know that it only takes one negative review
Yeah.
to ruin a business. Two, not every business owner is great at responding to reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And three, with the way review systems are set up right now, you can't necessarily get your stars back if the result is positive.
Positive. Yeah.
And so what we do is if there's an issue that we can't resolve on our own, we send referrals to the Better Business Bureau
Okay.
to send it out. And just take care of things, because, you know, reviews can be great if they're good, but they can be detrimental if they're bad.
Mhm.
And I've worked with a ton of businesses that their review's been from an ex-employee, or
Yeah.
you don't have the full story, you only have a small piece of
Okay.
it. And it just puts a bad taste in people's mouth when they don't really know the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't believe everything that you read on the internet.
Right.
But a lot of people think that everything on the internet's true. So we try to balance that out by just not having reviews.
You know what? There is a local business, Peopleosity, that helps with reviews like that.
And they're an Indiana Originals member. They're an Indiana Originals member.
Good.
Yes, they are.
Great company.
Yeah.
I mean, neighbors doing business with neighbors, and that's what it's all about. Mel, thank you so much for coming and
Thanks
sharing
for
about
having
Indiana
me.
Originals.
Yeah.
Check it out, www.indianaoriginals.com. 3.0 will be coming
30 days or less.
30 days or less. So check it out, and let's help our neighbors together. Thank you.
Go to commercial, we'll be right back.
We will go to commercial and be right back. Thank you.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage: Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Hello, welcome back, everyone. Val and I are here. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the community. We've got some big stuff coming up in Indiana.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, of course, with the race weekend,
Yeah.
it's big. But this year, and just being in travel, I kind of see that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hotels are packed. You take Grand Park, you take Indy 500, and you can't get a room anywhere. And that's awesome for us.
Yeah.
Think of the money coming in. Spend the money.
Local.
So, yes,
Locally.
there'll be people, though, globally spending their money locally. We like that.
Great, we sure do.
So, so that's big. So my advice, though, is to kind of remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Be aware. You know, maybe be a little extra cautious with people out of town. They don't know how to drive in our roundabouts. Maybe
We'll
our
see a few
local
of
people
those.
don't know how to drive in our roundabouts, but be careful. Watch for the little kiddos with Grand Park going on.
Mhm.
And then Jim's movies are coming.
Jim's movies are coming on June 3rd. Will be the first movies in the park. And what movie is showing on June 3rd?
National Velvet.
National Velvet.
Great,
Cool.
great.
That's at Forest Park.
Forest Park, and usually starts about dawn.
No,
Usually about
it's
8.
dusk.
Dusk.
Dusk? I said dawn. We usually
Don't
start
come
at
at
dusk.
dawn. Don't come then.
Come, we'll have pancakes and bacon for
Dead by
everyone.
dawn.
But it's a great family thing to do. It really is. We were just talking about that coming up.
It's
We need
our
to do it.
7th year.
7th year of doing it, yeah. And you'll be going all through August, September,
First Friday in August.
first Friday in
And then
August.
we'll have Star Wars.
Good, Star Wars
Uh-oh,
coming.
look out. Star Wars is coming. That's going to be awesome. But there's always things going on in Hamilton
Always.
County. It's just unbelievable. I live very close to Grand Park.
Oh, do you?
And you
So
just
you're real
can't
busy.
believe, since I've lived there, how it's changed
Mhm.
because of that opening up. And every weekend they have just hundreds of people coming in for these tournaments.
Yeah.
Which, again, is great. Westfield has restaurants popping up daily.
Mm-hmm.
To
Really,
try to
really.
accommodate it, you know. So it's just been fun to watch. I think the growth in Hamilton County.
Yeah, it is. And let's not forget about the parks all around town. I mean,
Amazing.
my favorite thing about it getting warm is we're going to be able to go kayaking down the White River. I
Yeah.
just feel like that's a treasure hidden in Hamilton County.
Exactly.
And let's protect it and enjoy it as well.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. And I have not always lived here, so the amount of parks that Hamilton County has to offer is amazing, and they're not all just exactly the same. No cookie cutter parks around here.
Right.
Everybody's different, got a different thing. Get out there, be on those paths and walk and take advantage with your kids with all the playground stuff. And the Monon Center's building some new big playground thing. I can't wait to see what they do. It looks huge.
It does look huge. I drove by that recently, and all the splash pads will be opening soon here next. I think this weekend,
Probably
Memorial
this
Day
weekend.
So neighborhood pools. So there's gonna be a lot of outdoor fun happening. So
Wear
be careful.
sunscreen.
Lots of sunscreen, yes, and be careful out there.
Be careful out there. And thank you for joining us today.
Have a good day. Thank you.